Hello dear students, we have started the poem Kuchipuram Bridge written by Edasheri Govindan Nair. This poem was actually born out of the mixed feelings of the poet that he has experienced when crossing the bridge that was recently built over the Bharatapuzha river. Here the mixed feelings refers to the both happy and sad feeling. He is happy about the development of the man, that is bridge is the symbol of modernization. River represents the degradation of nature. River also brings his memories of good old days where he used to play on those sandy shores of the river, where he used to dip in the river for his daily prayers. Even though he is tall on the bridge, he feels that he was tall as the bridge. His eyes were fixed on the river. He remembers when the river was full and it washes away the river banks. And when it was the time of floods, no boat would venture to travel on the river. No birds will fly over the river. And he prays, "Oh Nila, please swell again and inundate your banks, overpower your banks." ബാങ്ക്സിന് പരിധി കൊടുക്കാതെ പ്ലീസ് overpower your power. Where is your power? He prays to Nila. But I can't helping at the thought of you crawling under this bridge now, doing a tame natta. He remembers those days when river was full, but now river is diminishing gradually. It is becoming lean day by day. And when the poet sees the condition of the river, he says that he cannot stop laughing at the sight of the river. He thinks that the river is crawling under this bridge now, doing a tame natta. Tame means taming the domestic animals. Means മെരുക്കുക ഒതുക്കുക. ബ്രിഡ്ജിൻ്റെ അടിയിൽ റിവർ ഒതുങ്ങിപ്പോയ പോലെയാണ് തോന്നുന്നത്. So when he sees that, the poets cannot stop laughing. Crawling means here the river is diminished its size and it's like a small baby crawling under the bridge. Natta means there is a play in rural areas, and in the game when there will be losers and victors. The losers has to crawl between the victor's leg, like you see in this picture. The victors will stand by parting his legs, and between these legs the losers has to crawl. In the same way, here the bridge is the victor and the river is a loser. So the river has to crawl under the bridge. Yet as I stand tall, my foot firm on this mammoth human achievement, there wells up in my mind a dull ache I cannot fathom. Man has achieved very great. Mammoth means a enormous, great achievement. That is the bridge. The bridge is the representation of modernization, and it is also a human development, achievement. So even though poet is firm, he stands firm on this achievement, in his mind there is a dull ache. He is experiencing a pain that he cannot measure the depth of the pain. Fathom means to measure the depth of something. So the poet cannot measure the depth of his pain that is pouring in his mind. Wells up means pouring up, gushing up. Even though he is happy about this achievement, but there is a pain in his heart, in his mind. Standing upon this bridge, now truly the threshold of a new world, I caress in my mind the rustic vista that fades away day by day of charming Grama Lakshmi. The bridge is truly the threshold of a new world. Threshold means entrance or gateway to the new world. So the poet accepts that bridge is really the way to the new world, but in his mind he caresses, he gently remembers those rustic vista, the rural pleasing view that fades away. It is fading day by day. This rural greenery views are fading day by day. And he remembers of that charming Gramalakshmi. Gramalakshmi means Samriddhi. Gramathinte Samriddhi. It is fading away day by day. And this charmingness of the village areas is fading away. Manju povugayanu. Everything is fading away. But by entering the new world, the rural area is fading day by day. My playmate from the day of my birth, now receding far, far away, and ready to bid the final adieu. So the playmate of the poet, who is the playmate? Gramalakshmi is his playmate. Playmate means Kalikuttukari. From the day of my birth, and this playmate is with him from the day of his birth, but it is now receding far away. Receding means moving back, moving away from him. So the Gramalakshmi is receding. Its greenery is receding day by day. It is greenery korni povugayanu, and it is ready to bid the final adieu. It is ready to say the final goodbye to me. The poet is thinking that when he will be seeing those good old days where the greenery, the പച്ചപ്പ് കാണുവാൻ വല്ലാതെ കൊതിയാകുന്നു. The wide expanse of paddy fields where green and yellow playfully intermingle, groves with houses flanked by fruit-bearing trees, slopes covered with flowers of myriad hues. Here, the poet uses word imagery. He brings the total view of the rural area through these words. So here the poet is using imagery words. Here the wide expanse of paddy fields, these are the paddy fields where you can see green and yellow playfully intermingle. Intermingle means കൂട്ടി കലർന്നുകൊണ്ട് ഉള്ളതാണ്. Here we can see that the green and yellow color is intermingling in this picture. These are the paddy fields and the groves with houses. So the houses in these rural areas are covered with group of trees, small group of trees that is fully covered by fruit bearing trees. Fruit bearing trees means കായ്കൾ നിറഞ്ഞു നിൽക്കുന്ന വൃക്ഷങ്ങൾ. This is an example of a fruit bearing tree, that is fruits are fully covered in the trees. This is the word slope. This is the slope of a hill. So this slope of the hill is covered with flowers of myriad. So the slopes are covered with flowers having myriad hues. Myriad means numerous. എണ്ണാൻ പറ്റാത്ത അത്രയും കളേഴ്സുള്ള ഫ്ലവേഴ്സാണ് ഈ സ്ലോപ്സ് ഫുള്ളായിട്ട് കവറായിട്ടുള്ളത്. You see, you can imagine the beauty of this by these words, beauty of these rural areas. These words, you can see the picturesque beauty of this rural areas described by the poet. Moving on to the next line. Festivals in the Kavus marked by elegant lamps and the peepal tree with its stone encircled base. So in these lines you can see the village area at the times of festivals. So during the festival times in the Kavu means it is a worshipping place for lower caste people. So the difference between temple and Kavus is temple belongs to this Nambudiri and higher caste people, and this Kavu belongs to lower caste people, Malayan, Adiyan. For this they worship in Kavus. So the festival, during the times of festivals, so the Kavus is completely covered with these elegant lamps What is elegant? Very graceful, ഭംഗിയുള്ള. So these are the lamps that were used to decorate the kavus at the time of festivals, and the peepal tree with its stone encircled base. So the peepal tree means the banyan tree, almaram. The stone encircled base means the peepal tree is covered with encircled with a stone, and you can see altara. In this picture you can see that some people are sitting around this tree. These are the views, കാഴ്ചകളാണ് റൂറൽ ഏരിയയിലുള്ള ഓരോ കാഴ്ചകളാണ് റിപ്രസെൻ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഈ പോയത്തിലൂടെ. The poet remembers these beautiful views of this rural area during the festival times, during the season of paddy, and everything. The scenic beauty is well expressed in these lines. Okay, next we move on to the next page, number 81. The songs of the plowman during the day and the fearsome silence of the night, all these are moving slowly away, yielding to stone, soot, cement, steel, raining over the flowers. So the songs of the plowman during the day is filled with, in the village is filled with the songs of plowman. Plowman means krishikaran, who uses plow while doing agriculture. The plowman sings during his work in order to forget the pain. His work is very very hard, so in order to forget that, the plowman sings in the day. So this is one of the view of rural area. But in the night time, the silence is very, in the night time the fearsome silence, because the silence is so much so that you will be feared to go out in the night. All these are moving slowly away. So the songs of the plowman and the fearsome silence of the night, everything is moving slowly away from and yielding to, and these are moving away to give way to stone, soot, cement and steel. They are moving away to give way to stone, soot, cement, steel. Soot means carbon powder, kari. This is soot. So stone, soot, cement, steel are taking place instead of the songs of the plowman, flowers, fruit bearing trees. Everything is replaced by this stone, soot, cement, steel. These are all the symbols of modernization. What are the symbols? Stone, soot, cement, steel. These are the materials that is used to construct the bridge. So the poem is criticizing the modernization. Here we can see that the power of nature is fading away. The beauty of flowers is fading away, and they are reigned by this modernization that is represented by cement and steel. Howling and surging ahead are tire, petrol, day and night. Walls spring up everywhere, jostling for space left and right. In the future, there will be only howling. Howling means making loud noises of vehicles, and surging, sudden movements of the vehicles, very fast movements. കുതിച്ചു പായുന്ന വണ്ടികളായിരിക്കും ഇനി മുന്നോട്ട് കാണുക. There are tire, petrol, day and night there is no rest. There is always these noises. But in the village area, during the day we can hear the songs, and in the night it's very silence. You can get a peaceful sleep. But now the modernization is changing everything. Even the day or night, every time there is this howling and surging. Walls spring up everywhere. Walls raise up everywhere. എവിടെ നോക്കിയാലും ഈ മതിലുകളാണ്. Jostling for space left and right. Jostling means to force by pushing, that is ഉന്തിത്തള്ളുക. ഇവിടെ ജനങ്ങൾ ഉന്തിത്തള്ളുകയാണ്. From right and left there is no space. ആളുകളുടെ ഇടയിൽ സ്പേസ് ഇല്ല. There is only space for walls. Always these walls are raising between man, and man has no relationship between the other man. In the rural areas, there is a strong bond between the men, but here every man is a stranger. So let's conclude here and continue tomorrow the rest of the poem. I think you have all understood the poem, and thank you for watching.